Gonna take you down, deep down to the front line. You woke up this morning, got yourself a gun.
Hey everybody, this is Mzbomey and I'm back in the kitchen. Today, like I said in my last video, I'm going to go ahead and make some stuffed manicotti. So I already took the time to go ahead and boil your noodles to get them all ready. I laid them out in a pan just to kind of give it a minute here to cool off. Make sure that you put grease on the bottom of your cookie sheet. Sounds like the concertina guy is like on drugs or something. My music in the background. Okay. Thank you. Anyways, I'm going to make two versions. The first one is just going to be an all cheese mixture for the stuffed manicotti, and then my second one is going to have sausage and cheese. You can use any kind of sausage that you want, hot, mild, or medium. I went to our Italian store here and got some hot and some mild and just mixed that together, cooked it up, and tried to ground it up as finely as I possibly could. So that's it. There's two, and then don't forget spaghetti sauce is needed as well, which I've had brewing on the stove. No, brewing is for coffee. I had cooking on the stove all day long. I'm kind of losing my mind. What can I tell you? So here's the ingredients. We've got some shredded Parmesan cheese. We've got a third cup of breadcrumbs. We got also some parsley, fresh parsley, some mozzarella cheese, and some ricotta cheese. Now you can also use cottage cheese if you decided to instead of the ricotta. It just depends on, you know, preference and taste. I like the ricotta cheese a little bit better than I like the cottage cheese. I find the ricotta cheese kind of binds everything together a little bit better. So that's what I'm going with. But like I said, you could use any variation of cheese that you want. So the first part will just be the cheese. And to get started, I'm opening up one packet of my mozzarella cheese. And this calls for, I think, 6 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese. But I actually have an 8-ounce package, which amounts to 2 cups. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. And I'm going to put the sour cream in there. And let's get some ricotta cheese in there. With our breadcrumbs, just kind of mix everything up. And I'm using 1 container of ricotta cheese. This is a 15-ounce container. And I probably should tell you like cups and stuff, but cooking sometimes when you're doing Italian dishes don't really have recipes. I remember my grandma, my nonna, she'd always say, oh, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and made it all come together. So at least this will give you an idea of some sorts. Get this open. It's being kind of stubborn. So, kitchen bitch, how did my hockey team do today? Did my Rangers play? I haven't even had a chance to look. I've been so busy wrapping Christmas presents, making sure that the tree and all the decorations are up and everything's ready, rock and roll for Christmas, that I missed out on the hockey game today.
Well, the Lightning beat the Red Wings is a shocker. And the Flyers managed to throw away a 4-1 lead in the third to lose to the Capitals.
Flyers lost to the Capitals. Oh, sorry, Pete. Maybe next time.
Your Rangers should be starting in
pretty soon?
19 minutes.
Oh, okay.
No. Game's already on.
Oh, see? Look at that. Folks, I'm in the kitchen cooking to show you how to do this rather than spending time watching my hockey.
They're losing.
Okay, probably a good thing I am in the kitchen because they're losing. Damn it, Jim.
2-0 over the Flames.
Calgary's got a pretty good team this year, though. And I'm going to go ahead and put probably a little bit more than half the container of the Parmesan cheese in there. So there's all my cheeses. And then the last thing I'm going to add is just a little bit of parsley for a little bit of extra taste and a little bit of extra color. Well, probably not too much taste, but give it a little color. And I should just put those aside because I probably need those in a minute. Well, I get my spoon over here. And we're going to stir this all up. So I hope everybody's getting ready for Christmas. You're getting all your shopping done. All your decorations up, all your parties at work.
Yeah. Ask the Birdman how his party went last night.
Why, Birdman, how did your party go last night?
Stop the world. It's spinning.
Too much fun?
Dirty martinis.
Oh yeah, he likes his dirty martinis. I have to say that we did try those a while back. We tried regular martinis and dirty martinis, and I don't really care for them very much. This is the part where you're going to have to just kind of get in there, dig it in with your hands, and get everything all mixed together. And as Ammohead would say, get to know one another. Yep. Oh, fun must have been had by all if he's spinning out of control. I don't know. You'd think after a certain age you couldn't do that anymore.
No one told him.
Growing up leads to growing old, and so he doesn't want to, so why? Okay. Got that all mixed together, if you can see that. I'm just going to give my hands a quick rinse here before going on to the second part, which is stuffing these bad boys. Now, there's a couple ways that you can do the stuffing. You can actually put it into a plastic baggie and pipe it in, like you're doing pastry, or you can just kind of spoon it in like I'm going to do.
Oh, yeah.
So let me slide a pan over here. Spoon. Rinse off my spoon so I can use it again. Okay. Then what you're going to do is just open this up. And just kind of try to get it in there without ripping anything like I just did. There we go. And you just put this in until it's full. And you'll know it's full because it will start popping out the other end. And that's when you know that you got enough in your shell. And then these go into the oven, and then they're going to bake for 350 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then they should be done. I've also seen where people actually slit these all the way open and then just put the stuffing in there as well.
Sure seems easier.
You can see it's kind of starting to come out the other end there, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue to fill this. Like I said, you can spoon it in, use your fingers, whatever. Put it in a baggie, pipe it in. There we go. Make sure that your ends get packed kind of nice and tight there. If you can see that. And then just repeat the process until you're done. Once you've got all the filling done, then what you're going to want to do is take your spaghetti sauce. And if you don't make your own kind of spaghetti sauce like I do, you can always just buy some of the stuff that comes in the jar at the supermarket, wherever. And put that over the top, and then we'll pop that in the oven. So I'm just gonna finish filling these. And then once I'm done finishing with these, then I'm going to go ahead and add my meat mixture into the rest of my cheese mix, and then just repeat the process. So I'll be back in just a few minutes to show you what they look like before I pop them in the oven. Okay? Okay, just very quickly, I'm just going to give you an update. Okay, here are the cheese-filled manicottis. Make sure that you don't overstuff them, or you're going to have a tendency to have it split like my one did there. So that's why I kind of like doing it by hand, so that you can tell like how much of the mixture is in there. Okay, so I'm putting those aside, and I'm going to tray these out and start doing the sausage and cheese. And as you can see, I went ahead and just added some of my sausage in there. So I'm trying to get a pretty good mix between sausage and cheese so that you get a really good taste of all of the flavors. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the same process that I was just doing a minute ago while filling the cheese ones. So let me continue doing this, and I'm not going to bore you to death while I sit here and fill all these. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm done. I've gotten the last of this, and the mixture that I had worked out perfectly. I still do have some sausage mixture left over in another container of cheese, so I can go ahead and double the recipe.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to, because you can freeze these. So I got my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm just going to give the sauce a stir here. And then it calls for about 2 cups of sauce, spaghetti sauce. But you can put more sauce in there if you want, or a little bit less. You know, do it to taste, whatever works for you. Just looking for a measuring cup with a little spout on the end, because that usually works the best for pouring. And then you're just going to go ahead and put your spaghetti sauce right over it. I like to make sure to get some on the bottom too. I like to try to cover them as much as possible, because I like to have the sauce, the taste of the sauce on there as well. Alright, that's one down. So let me just move this one on over. One more to go. This is my cheese one. Oh, I'm being messy again. Somebody commented in my last video saying that if you don't make a mess in the kitchen, or you know that when your kitchen's a mess, the food is really good, or something to that effect. I can't remember the exact verbiage. So there we go. And if you really wanted to wait for like the last couple of minutes before pulling it out of the oven, and you wanted to just sprinkle a little Parmesan on the top of there, or a little mozzarella on the top of there, just to give it a little extra kick of cheese, because you know how I am, I'm all about the cheese. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop these in the oven. They're going to they're going to bake in the oven for about 40 minutes, and then they should be ready to go. So I'll see you back in that amount of time, which will go fast because it's video. And then we'll take a look at the final product. Alright, back at you in just a few. Okay, I'm back in the kitchen, and we got about 1.5 minutes to go before I go ahead and pull out the stuffed manicotti. I just want to show you, this is my pot holder that my niece made me. Thanks, Liv. So it's in the oven, and the last couple of minutes I just want to pull that out and put just a little sprinkle of mozzarella cheese on the top of each of them. Make sure that you bake it uncovered at 350 degrees. You might not need to bake it for a whole total of 40 minutes. It just depends on how your oven runs, you know, heat-wise. If it's a little bit hotter, then not so much. A little bit cooler, maybe you need a little bit more. So it looks like we're just about done here. And I'm going to go ahead and put off the timer and turn that off. And I'm going to grab another hot pad here. Okay, that is the meat one. And the smaller dish here is the cheese one. Actually, I better bump the temperature up because I've got some garlic bread in the oven. That's not quite done yet, but it's getting there. So that's what it looks like, finished. That's the sausage, that's the cheese. So that's basically it. And I'm having it with garlic bread and a little bit of salad. It's all good. So I'm gonna just adjust the camera here for a moment, try to. So bear with me. It's kitchen bitch. We need to get him in there. Get you in there.
Me?
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Now I think you can see me. Let me just tilt that just a little bit in that direction. Sorry about that. So, okay, here I am in the kitchen. I just wanted to take the time to say thanks everybody for all the support on my channel. And this is going to be my last cooking video for a while. I want to take some time to spend that Christmas and New Year's and the New Year with my family. So I'm going to take a break from YouTube for a little bit. And when I come back, I will have more recipes to share with you. So I want to take a moment to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody out there. I hope you have a safe, healthy, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, all that jazz. And let's not forget the boys and girls that are serving in our armed forces. Hope that you guys have a very good Christmas and a New Year. And thanks very much for doing all that you do, for serving in your chosen profession of military. And that's about it. So I will see you again, hopefully sometime next year in January. And I'll be back in the kitchen with more videos. And like I said, until then, I hope everybody has a happy New Year and a very Merry Christmas. I kind of said that backwards. I know I haven't been drinking. So that's it. So it's my last video for a while. So everybody out there, take care. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. This is Mzbomey saying good night, good eats, wherever you are.